What's up everyone, Darcblade here bringing you another tactical guidance operation video for Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. In this episode I'm going to be demonstrating how to get an S rank on Mission 18 or Episode 18, Blood Runs Deep. Now before going into this mission, you have to make sure you've upgraded the folten recovery to the point where it can extract children. The best case scenario is to go into this with it upgraded to the point where it's the wormhole folten recovery. This means it will be able to extract children as well as heavy vehicles and heavy cargo containers. Also for this mission it helps if you bring along a tranquilizer, sniper rifle and pistol. This is because I'm going to be going for the perfect stealth no kills bonus. I won't be going for the no trace bonus simply because it takes so long. You can complete this mission quicker if you go with lethal weaponry, so if you get a quick enough time you still may be able to get an S rank by going down the lethal approach to this mission. Anyway, this is a fairly long mission and it comes with 3 main mandatory mission objectives. The first is to eliminate the former Mbel soldier. He is found in the plantation to the north of your starting location, marked with an F you see on the map here. He can be identified with the white shirt he wears. As you can see, I've brought D-Horse as my buddy for this mission. You can take D-Dog and a vehicle, that makes things fairly simple as well, but D-Horse I found the best to get from location to location as quickly as possible. D-Horse of course is better at tackling rough terrain when compared to a vehicle, and we want to skip out a lot of the enemy checkpoints in between locations, so going over rough terrain is the best option. The other 2 main mandatory mission objectives are to eliminate the 5 prisoners held at the Kunjenga mine. The mine is found in the northeast of the mission area, and this also links to the 3rd and final main mandatory mission objective, which is to extract a child prisoner. Anyway, now we're at the plantation. You want to be careful, there are numerous guards around this area, so I found it best to stick to the rocks and cliff edge at the left of the plantation. Here you're able to sneak around and avoid most of the enemy's line of sight. I found that running or even crouch walking in these locations drew enemies' attention on previous playthroughs, so crawling was the best result. Once you get to about this area where you can see the lookout above you, you can start to move a little faster. Just remember not to sprint here, as enemies will hear you and spot you. The soldier we're actually looking for is found in the building that is actually marked with an F, so I actually marked the correct building on the map. So continue to weave your way through buildings and objects to avoid enemies' line of sight until you reach the soldier you need to take out. He is actually in the building, so we're soon going to approach him and we're going to tranquilize him. After which you can either extract him inside the building, but that may be a bit noisy and attract attention, or do what I do here and simply pick him up, take him outside, and then extract him that way with your folten recovery system. Originally the mission was going to have you kill this guy, but you don't actually have to kill him, you can simply extract him. This will also complete one of the additional objectives, which is to extract the former rebel soldier. So we will be getting bonus points for extracting him with the folten recovery. After he's dealt with, it's a case of jumping over the fence and making your way away from the plantation. You need to be a little bit careful here, as there is still guards who can spot you. You also have to be a bit careful because there is an armoured vehicle prowling around the area. It should have moved into the plantation area whilst you were extracting the rebel soldier. Anyway, once you're clear, stand up, call for D-Horse and make a break for it. Our next location is we have to get to the mine. I found the best way to get to the mine is to approach it from the south. I have marked on the map the location I will be using to get to there as quickly and safely, more importantly, as possible. I've avoided all the major checkpoints where enemies are bound to be located. You also need to be careful as there is an enemy gunship prowling the area, and this can still spot you even if you're on D-Horse, so I found going off-road like this helped avoid its attention. Anyway, as we make our way over to the southern approach to the mine, I'll go over the other additional objectives there are available in this mission. The next additional objective is to complete the mission by extracting 5 child soldiers without the enemy discovering their escape. This requires you to pretty much clear the entire mine area, so taking out all enemy soldiers, either by folten extraction or by lethal means. Next is to eliminate the enemy gunship. Simple enough, all you have to do is make sure you bring along a rocket launcher to take down the enemy gunship. Next is to extract 5 snipers from the areas near the mine and the north and southwest guard posts. You can either do this by taking them to the chopper or more easily use the folten extraction on them. Again though, this takes a little bit of time to track down all the snipers, so it's best done in a playthrough when you're not trying to get a quick time. And the last additional objective is to extract 3 armoured vehicles. This is one of the additional objectives that require you to have upgraded the folten recovery to the point where it says cargo 2. In this playthrough I won't be going for this additional objective, but as you saw there was one armoured vehicle near the plantation. There was one coming along the road to my right on this road I just crossed, and there was another vehicle to the south of the mission's starting position. When it comes to taking on armoured vehicles and extracting them, it's simply a case of normally blocking the road. You can either use a vehicle or D-horse to do this. After the vehicle has stopped, simply run up to it and extract it with the folten recovery that way. Now we're soon approaching the trail that leads to the back entrance of the mine. There will be numerous guards in this location, so this is time to use the sniper rifle. Again, it's a non-lethal sniper rifle, so I can simply put enemy guards to sleep. Don't worry too much about missing headshots, as body shots will still eventually put them to sleep. There's around a total of 6 guards you have to take care of before getting to the back entrance of the mine. You just saw me took out one by the heavy machine gun. There is also another guard asleep in the building next to him. The next is this guard with the helmet, who can be easily dispatched. Again though, my combat unit was lagging behind, and guards did have body armor and helmets, which made the mission a little bit more difficult than it could have been. The mine itself is actually pretty heavily guarded, and D-Dog could have come in very useful for taking on the mine. If you don't mind wasting a little bit of time, you can always summon in D-Dog by requesting a supply drop. Well, buddied supply drop. Anyway, calling in D-Dog for this section, especially if it's your first time taking this mission on for an S rank, would be advisable. The main reason I didn't need to call in D-Dog was that I've already taken this mission on and tried it a fair few times before recording this video. This is how I attempt most missions when going for an S rank. I normally play the mission through to achieve the S rank and then see how I could do it quicker and better. As you may well tell from some of these videos, I do mess up my shots. That's because my aim is not as good as it once was. But in the single player, there is room for error. Also, when going for S ranks, if you're able to upgrade your weaponry to its maximum level, it really does help. For example, with the non-lethal sniper rifle, the higher the level, the quicker enemies will be put to sleep if you don't go for a headshot. Now, we're soon approaching the remaining 5 soldiers, who are actually child soldiers. And rather than actually killing them, like the mission contract says, we're actually going to extract them. This is story based. Even in the story, if you're not playing it through for an S rank, Snake will not kill these child soldiers. Now there was an entrance to their cell to the right of the area I've just passed. This entrance can be pick-locked and you can get the child soldiers that way. But I'm thinking ahead here and thinking of my exit strategy. That is why I am going to be taking on all these soldiers you see here. I'm going to be putting them to sleep and then folten extracting them regardless of their skill levels. Normally I would only extract high level soldiers, but in this case I need them out of the way and I don't want them waking up. You need to be cautious here, and like I said, having D-Dog would have made this a lot easier. But as you can see, there is a second entrance to the child soldiers' cell. This is what we will be using to get to them. But remember, first take out all the guard soldiers you see me doing here. The reason I'm taking on these soldiers is so I can make a quick escape. Normally after you've rescued the child soldiers, you would have to make your way with them back down the trail that I used to gain entrance to the mine in the first place. This takes a lot of time though, because there are enemy soldiers who are aware that the children have escaped and are making their way back up the trail towards the mine. During your first playthrough, you'll probably have to take these soldiers on, and this can take a fair amount of time and effort. They're also quite alert, and trying to maintain that perfect stealth, no kills bonus against them can be a little challenging. Anyway, we're soon taking out all the major threats that will impede our exit, after which we're going to pick-lock this door you see over here and make our way to the child soldier's cell. There will be a cutscene coming up here, and remember to skip all cutscenes when going for a quick S rank. This is because cutscenes do count towards the total mission time. So when a cutscene does occur, go to the options menu and it will give you a chance to skip the cutscene. Now the annoying part starts. The child soldiers all start to run away towards the exit, and we want to try to prevent them from getting too far away from us. So use your non-lethal weaponry and take the child soldiers down. This will put them all to sleep, and you can simply use the wormhole extraction to extract all of them. Remember, you have to have made sure that you've upgraded the folten recovery to the point where it can carry children. If If you don't have the wormhole recovery, it will be a case of bringing them individually outside one by one. The reason I tranquilise the children though is because they will run to the entrance that I didn't use to enter their cell. This causes problems because there are numerous soldiers approaching that area, and if you use the folten extraction on them then, especially if it's not the wormhole folten extraction, then the guard soldiers may see them, and then you'll lose your perfect stealth no kills bonus. Anyway, once the children are extracted, it's time to make our way back out the way we came and up the ramps out of the mine. Even though we've tranquilized most of the soldiers, you have to be careful because there are still one or two prowling around, so take your time. You don't have to actually mark them fully, but you just need to know their general location. Now you may be asking why I'm going this way for my extraction. Well, that is because we're going to use a trick that you can use on many missions, and that is we're going to use the folten recovery and extract ourselves. This is thanks to the upgrade Folten Recovery Cargo 2. This will allow me to simply jump onto one of these cargo containers, stick the folten extraction onto it, and hold triangle again, or whatever button it is for your system, and it will extract us along with the container. This I found was the easiest way and quickest way for me to get an S rank. Doing it this way meant you also got the bonuses for extracting the former rebel soldier, as well as completed the mission by extracting 5 child soldiers without the enemy discovering their escape. I was actually surprised I got this one because I thought you had to take on all the soldiers in the mine, and I believe I left a few up. Doing it this way should also grant you the perfect stealth no kills bonus, which adds up to another S rank. Anyway, I hope this video helped, and until next time, I've been Darcblade, bringing you another tactical guidance operation video for how to get an S rank on Mission 18, Blood Runs Deep, in Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.